Hello, everyone. My name is Muddasir, and I am an Ontario lawyer. I primarily practice business law in Ontario. I have a large number of clients within Canada, the US, and some European countries as well. Um, what I've seen is when as someone is thinking about incorporating a business in Canada, they have a few questions in their mind, and those questions keep them confused. Although when they reach me, um, and when I see the answers of those questions, what they have researched on Google or they've talked to some consultants, either they are the wrong answers or um, they have caused more confusion. So I'll try to address two or three of those questions just to make this video shorter and just to help anybody whoever watches this video to make a decision that um, how and when and what to incorporate. The number one thing I've seen people struggling with is when they research on Google and they find out that there are two types of corporations in Canada. One is federal and the other is provincial. And they're confused that what is the difference. So both the corporations are a separate legal entity in the eyes of the law. So both of them are a corporation as a separate legal entity in the eyes of the law. So as far as in the eyes of the law is concerned, so both have the same legal status, federal or provincial. And by the way, when I'll be referring to provincial, I'll be talking about Ontario because I'm an Ontario lawyer. Um, so as far as legality is concerned, there is no difference. Then there is another confusion that people think that a federal corporation would allow you to operate countrywide in Canada, and provincial corporation would be having some restrictions or reservations as compared to a federal corporation, which is not the case. You can operate Canada-wide similarly like a federal corporation would operate. There are some restrictions or limitations that a corporation has to go through when it is expanding its business to other provinces, regardless of being federal or provincial. So they are the same. For example, if a corporation that is federal or provincial that is registered in Ontario intends to hire employees in British Columbia, in that scenario, this Ontario corporation would have to extra provincially register itself in British Columbia, regardless of being federal or provincial. The benefit it will have of being federal is that it will not have to go through a name search in British Columbia or any other province because federal name registry is federal. So once you're in the federal name registry, you can use that name Canada-wide. And if you are an Ontario corporation, you'll have to check if the name is available with the British Columbia Name Registry Services. This is one difference, and then you'll have to go through the registration. Um, so it's a name reservation. Again, it's not a name protection because this is not trademark. Um, it is, your name is registered, it is reserved, you have the rights, but you don't have you this. This is a topic for a separate discussion that um, uh, what a trademark will do, but trademark is something that will be a more concrete to your name protection measures. Uh, so this is something I want to clarify. Other than this, mostly people talk about taxes, that what sort of taxes they should be expecting when incorporating a corporation. So if you are a CCPC, which means that if your shareholders are 51% or more within Canada, they're residents of Canada, your corporation is declared as a CCPC. And when it's declared as a CCPC, then its tax rates go down to around 9%. And uh, when you add in the Ontario tax rate to it, it should be around 12%. But if you are a foreign resident and you're not declared as a CCPC or you're a large corporation, then taxes can be from 28% to around 48%. That depends on certain circumstances. Mostly, what I get a question from foreign incorporators is that I am not a Canadian resident, not a Canadian citizen. Can I incorporate in Canada? So the simplest answer to all of them is yes, you can. There is no limitation, there is no restriction. You can. Um, you just go through it, and but the other problem is you also have to choose between a federal corporation and a provincial corporation. um, Federal corporation requires that if you have three directors in total, one of the three should be Canadian resident person. If you have four directors in total, four or more, then 25% of the directors should be Canadian resident people. Whereas Ontario Corporation has no such requirement. So if you are a foreign resident, you don't have a Canadian director to get on board, you can simply opt for an Ontario corporation. And the last question that I would address in the same video would be sometimes people do ask about they're looking for reliable information regarding um permits or and licensing regarding their businesses. So I would suggest you can just type in or Google bizpal.ca and contact them and tell them about your business, that this is something you're trying to establish in Canada. So they'll send you some helpful material that you can read on and see how that might apply to you. At the end, I would say that I have provided an online system on my website. You go on the registration page. There is a button that says incorporate, start incorporation now. You just click that button, a form will open, and it will take all the required information that is required from you. Um, and it will take hardly 5 to 10 minutes or 20 minutes of your time. Um, and I've also taken the difficulty of technical questions. That if there is a technical question, you can opt the option that I need the lawyer's help on this. So it's very simple and easy to navigate through the form. That's all. Thank you. I hope that was helpful to all of you.